So today's class is 60 minutes, but I'm going to say this so that I have to do it. I'm going to really try and make sure we have time for a long Shavasana at the end of it, because this is my intention every single class. I'm like, today we're having a 10-minute Shavasana, and then I'm like, fuck no, 2-minute Shavasana. So it's 60 minutes, but hopefully like a very slow, relaxed end to the class. And we're going to start just gently opening the heart with some props. So if you have a block, great. Otherwise, rolled up scarf or cushion. And you're going to bring that. Basically, you want whatever prop you have to be like between your shoulder blades. And if it's a cushion, obviously it's going to be wider than your shoulder blades, but that doesn't matter too much. And you can just see what you're comfortable with, but you want to feel like the space opening in the heart. So if you've got something that goes between the shoulder blades, you wrap your shoulder blades around it. Otherwise, just let that be up, and you may want to bring something under your head too. So if you're feeling any strain in the throat. So I'm going to say all of that again because I think, yeah. Good morning, Sandra, and good morning, Lucy. We're just going to set up with like a little restorative pose. So a blanket is good, or a block is good, or otherwise a cushion to lie on so that your chest is elevated, and then you can either let your head fall to the floor, which is going to obviously be a bigger opening in the chest, or you can bring another block or another pillow underneath your head. And if you have something that you can wrap your shoulder blades around, then that can feel quite nice. But once you're set up, just let your feet hang wherever they hang. I mean, they're not really hanging. Let them flop wherever they flop. And rest your arms, close your eyes, and start to breathe into your heart space. So I'm just going to mute everyone now. Hi Sandra, did you hear me? Good. And Emily, hi, welcome back. Lovely to see you. I thought Lucy was here, but maybe she's going to come back in. Anyway, I'm muting everyone. Am I muting everyone? Yes. Hi Carmen, hi Amy, hi Lucy. Good morning. So sorry, I don't know when everyone came in, but I'm going to say that all again. We're just going to start with a restorative heart opener. And while I remember today's class is going to be 60 minutes, but with a long rest period at the end. So either a block or a cushion. Come to lie on that so that your chest is lifted. If you have a block, I think Carmen, you've got a block, you can wrap your shoulder blades around the block and then either let your head fall to the floor or bring a cushion or another block underneath your head. Because you don't want to feel discomfort in the neck if letting the head drop is too much. So we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes, just physically opening the heart. So breathe into your heart, breathe out of your heart. And if it helps you in any way, you can visualize the colour green in your heart space. Or maybe you can even chant the mantra to yourself. The mantra for the heart chakra is Yaum. So like Om, but with a Ya before Yaum. But just finding anything here that helps you to move into the heart space. remembering that this week we want to be sending love to ourselves, cultivating love and compassion for ourselves, and let that love and compassion for yourself be with you today on our mats. So honouring your body and where you are at physically, and knowing that whatever expression of a pose we're coming into, you can still feel the benefits energetically in the heart center. It doesn't need to be some intense pose that you're not comfortable coming into in order to feel all of the benefits from the practice. So being a teacher for yourself in giving yourself the right adjustments for where you are in your practice. We take 5 more deep breaths here, breathing into the heart and out of the heart. Gently open your eyes and start to lift up so that you can come onto your elbows, and then push yourself up, walking the arms back and coming up to seated. Move any props to the side. Cross one ankle over the other and come into all fours. Shoulders above wrists, wrists above knees, hips above knees. My goodness, too many joints. And starting to lift the chest as you inhale, rounding through the spine on the exhale. Inhale, lift, push down with the hands, lift the tailbone. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, round the spine, round the shoulders. Let your breath guide the movement. And then slide the hands away from you, but keep your hips above your knees. Drop either the forehead to the floor or the chin to the floor, coming into Uttanasana, puppy pose. Keep lifting the tailbone and feeling the opening in your shoulders. So the position of your hands will mean you're either working more or less with the shoulders. The further your hands are apart, the easier it will be. The closer they are together, the more intense it will be. So find the right position of the hands for you. Next, inhale. Push your forearms into the floor so that you can pull your chest down, drop the hips down. Inhale, Sphinx pose. And yesterday we did a very yin version of this where we weren't using the arms, but today, also let the arms help you to lift the chest. You can stay in Sphinx or push down with the hands and start to lift the arms up into Bhujangasana Cobra. So if you're feeling discomfort in the lumbar spine, drop down more. You can still stay in Cobra, but maybe bend the arms, or maybe walk the arms further forward. I have very long arms, so for me it feels much better to have them further apart. Other people might be able to have them under their shoulders. We're all different. Let this work for you so that you're able to open the chest, keep the shoulders down, and feeling the stretch in the lumbar spine but not pain. Pelvis is pushing into the floor. Legs are active. If you want to go deeper, you can go deeper. If you want to go down, you can go down. Engaging the legs will help here. That means pushing down with the tops of your feet. Beautiful. Okay, slowly come down, drop one cheek to the floor. Let everything relax. And then come up back to Sphinx pose. So elbows on the floor. And then bend the left knee so that your foot is coming in towards you. You may need to adjust the front arm, so maybe walk it forward a little and bring the left hand back, see if you can catch the foot. If you can't catch the foot, then just stay in Sphinx with the knee bent. If you can catch the foot, then push the foot into the hand and turn your torso back to the front. So we're stretching the shoulder. And maybe you can turn the fingers to face you so that your elbow lifts up. And maybe you can extend the front arm. So this is now a very intense quad stretch, shoulder stretch. And a back bend. Just throw that in there at the end. Oh, and the back bend. Oh, yeah. Okay, release. Ooh. Drop the other cheek to the floor. Just take a minute. And then coming to the other side. So left elbow on the floor. Bring the right foot in. And remember, you can stay here if the hand doesn't reach back. If it does, then start by pushing the foot into the hand so that you're feeling the stretch on the right shoulder. And then maybe you can turn the fingers round on your foot so they're facing forward. So you rotate the elbow up. And maybe you can extend the front arm. And release, drop back down to the floor. Bend both knees, take hold of the ankles and push the feet into your hands. Just stay with the chest down at first, and as you push into the hands, let the legs come up, but your chest is going to stay down on the floor. And drop the knees back down. This time push into the hands with the ankles and try to keep the legs on the floor as you just lift the chest. Exhale, come down. So you can either repeat whichever one of those felt better, or we can come into full bow, which means lifting the chest and the legs. So inhale, exhale, come up. And release. Ooh, drop one side down to the floor, let everything sink into the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and push yourself up to downward facing dog. And let's take this for a little walk, bending one knee, extending the other. Finding some stillness in your dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up, keep the shoulders square, keep the hips square, so the right hip is pointing down. You can think about pushing the right pinky toe down slightly so you can keep the hips aligned. And then bend the right knee, and then open the hip out to the right, shoulders staying square. You can stay here, or you can start to come onto the ball of your left foot and step the right foot behind the left, pivot on the left foot and come into wild thing. Opening the chest, opening the hips. Then engage your core and bring the right hand down, right knee bent in towards the chest, and step the right foot forward. Drop the back knee and inhale, reach the right arm forward, bring it back, and then either stay reaching back, or maybe you can take hold of the left foot with the right hand. Open the shoulder, and you can stay here, opening the chest, or drop the left elbow down. So first, everyone keep opening the shoulder. Pull the left foot in as you push it back, if you have the foot. Otherwise, keep reaching with the right arm. And if you do have the left elbow on the floor, turn the head down towards the elbow and see how the stretch changes to the left quadriceps. Then look back up, open the shoulder. Drop the foot if you have it. Bring the right hand back down, framing the right foot. Lift the back leg, push down with the right big toe, engage the core, and we're going to rise up into high lunge. Bend the left elbow and bring the right hand outside the left elbow and open the left shoulder. You can stay there, or if the bind is available to you, bring the right hand down around and clasp the hands behind your back. Release the arms, stretch both arms out away from you, open the chest, and then bend into the right knee, bring your hands to your heart center, and stand up with the left knee bent. Then take hold of the left ankle, bring the left foot either inside your right thigh, or to the right inner calf, but not on the knee, into Vikrasana tree pose. So thinking here about the opening in your left hip. You can take the wall if you need to balance. If it is easy for you to balance, then close your eyes so they're about 80% shut. So you've just got kind of specks of light coming in. Of course you can close them all the way. I definitely cannot close them and keep talking. So much going on with this pose. Balance, stability, strength. Beautiful. Release the foot down. Inhale, reach both arms up and open the chest. Exhale. Begin to fold forward, coming into Uttanasana. So bend your knees here, drop the head, and bring your hands together behind you, clasp them together, pull them away from you, and pull them towards your head. Release the arms down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Step the right leg back. Step the left leg back. And either drop into your knees or keeping them extended, bring the elbows into the chest as you drop halfway down. And then open up into Cobra or maybe Up Dog. Taking a moment here and pushing back, downward facing dog. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale from your mouth. See if you can gently lift the corners of your mouth into a smile. Staying present with your body. And inhale, lift the left leg up. extend through that leg. And then bend the left knee, open the left hip. You can stay here. I know it's not a comfortable place to stay, but it's an option too. Or step the left leg behind the right leg, pivot on the right foot and open into wild thing. You can bring your hand onto the back of your head if that's comfortable. Open the chest, lift the hips, and then moving from the core, bring the left hand back down, pivot on the right foot, left knee comes in, step the left leg forward, drop the right knee, inhale, reach the right arm up, left arm, sorry, back, look behind your shoulder. So option one here, or take the foot, opening the chest, maybe coming down onto the right elbow. If you're on that elbow, open, look over the left shoulder, pull the foot towards you, and then drop the head to the floor, moving the stretch into your right hip flexor, your right quad. Come back up and release the foot, so we're all now back with the left arm behind us, and then bring the right arm around, frame the left foot, left arm around, damn it, left arm, sorry, you're probably one step ahead of me anyway. Extend the back leg, and inhale, rise up, high lunge. And remember this zipping of the pelvis. So rather than sinking right down, first move the energy in through the perineum. Ooh. So energy coming here, and zip up the pelvis, which will let you open the chest more. Bend the right elbow, take the left hand to the right elbow, open the right shoulder, and maybe taking the bind if that is available to you. Release the arms, open the arms out, open the chest, and then bring the hands to the heart center as you bend into the left knee and come to standing with the right knee bent. And then finding your Vikrasana, tree pose, again, anywhere, not on the knee. Opening the right hip now. Finding stillness, strength, stability. You can close the eyes 80%. And release. Come back to the front of your mats. Inhale, reach the arms up, open the chest, push your hips forward, and exhale, folding forward. Drop the hands, drop the head. Option, either take the elbows and just let gravity help you move into this pose. Be more active, bringing the hands under the feet or to the ankles, or repeating what we did with the arms behind our backs, whatever you want to feel now. So obviously bringing the hands behind you will also work with the shoulders, but just letting gravity pull you down is also a lovely way to stretch here in Uttanasana. This is a very nice way to work with the heart. Because it's below the head, the heart has a moment to relax. It doesn't need to pump so fiercely to get the blood to the brain. So let this be relaxing. Knees can be very, very bent. Doesn't matter. If your hands don't touch the floor, then just see what happens when you bend your knees enough to bring them to the floor. And start to come back to Uttanasana. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left leg back. Step the right leg back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Open the hip. And step into wild thing, if it is available to you. Otherwise, stay with the hip opening, three-legged dog. Moving from the core, bring your right hand down and right knee in. Step it between your hands, drop the back knee. Right arm reaches forward and behind you, take hold of the foot or keep reaching back here. If you can't take the foot, you can still work into this right shoulder. If you have the foot, can you drop the elbow? And maybe you can drop the head. Release the foot if you have it. Everyone look past the right fingertips and then bring that right hand back around, frame the foot and push up into high lunge. Reach the arms up and then bring the right arm behind you so we're in a twist. Bring the right hand onto the outside of the left thigh. Reach the left arm up. And as you keep that twist, can you move the chest forward? So the chest is forward, but we still have the right hand on the left leg. Maybe, if it's too much, just come into high lunge. And then bring the left arm down. Take hold of the hands behind your back. Pull them away from you. Open the chest. Release the hands. Bring them to prayer. And step into warrior three. And that's just a transition to come to standing, and up to you. Come back into tree, or maybe bring the left ankle just above the right knee and start to squat down. So come into tree if this is too much, but otherwise we're working with the left hip And you have a few options here. One is to have the hands in prayer. Another is to bring the hands behind you, clasp them, and pull the shoulders as you keep squatting down. Another option is to have the hands in prayer and hook the left foot around the right elbow. An option here to come into flying pigeon, or you can twist the left elbow outside the left foot. Wherever we are, tree, pigeon, squatting, just pushing into your right big toe to balance. And then we're going to slowly all come back to standing. Front of the mat. Maybe just shake that right foot out if you need to. Last vinyasa. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Lift the left leg. Open the hip. Stay here, or option to step back into wild thing. Lift the hips high, open the chest, open the shoulders, and then from the core, come back down. Left knee forward, drop the right knee, reach the left arm up and back, extending here or taking the foot, opening the shoulder, and maybe dropping onto the right elbow. Maybe dropping the head. And maybe lifting the corners of your mouth into a smile. Release the foot. Bring the left arm around. Look up. Extend the right leg. And rise up into high lunge. Stay here, or you can twist. Left arm comes back, right arm forward. Maybe take hold of the right foot with the left hand. And opening here, and then moving the chest back to the front. Bring the right arm down, hands together, pull them away from you, open the chest. Transitioning to warrior 3, to bring you back to the front of your mat, the right ankle over the left knee, or come into tree. It's very intense on the hips, so if tree is better for you, please take tree. And finding your variation here. So arms behind you, or maybe you can come to flying pigeon, or maybe you can twist over to the left. Sinking the hips low. And then let's come back up and release. Shake the legs out. Reach the arms up. Open the chest. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left leg back and find your way to come into pigeon. So maybe heel toe the right foot to the right side of the mat, and then drop your shin to the floor, push the back leg away from you. And here, please prop your right hip up if it's not on the floor, and it is totally fine for the right shin to be at a diagonal or to be square with the mat. You want to be able to push into the right shin. So make sure that you're supported on the right hip so that your hips are in one line. And this is going to be very different for everyone. If you do have a strap, then have that to hand. And first, we're just going to see how you can open your chest here. So find a place which is comfortable for you. So maybe that's arms much further forward. And you can open the chest here. And from there, walk your hands back so that it's still comfortable. Pushing into the right shin. And if you have a strap, then maybe you want to take that and hook it around the back foot. So if you don't have a yoga strap, you can't do this bit just yet, but if you do, you can prepare with the yoga strap. Otherwise, you can see if you can reach for the foot. So if you have the foot, as we did in that twist, still think about turning the torso forwards. And you can push the foot into the hand, and you can start to bring the foot closer towards you. Maybe you can. It won't be for everyone. And if it's not, then stay working wherever you are in pigeon. If you can bring the foot closer, then can you hook the elbow into the foot whilst keeping the torso forwards. So maybe you're still here, that's great. Maybe your back leg is down. If your back leg is down and you want to work a bit harder, then you can come onto the ball of your left foot and extend the leg. So if you have the strap now, then we can start to play with flipping the grip. This means the elbow is going to come around, and maybe you can bring the other arm back and come into the back bend. Keep pushing into the right shin and zip up the pelvis as we do in high lunge to help you open the chest. And when you're ready, coming back out. If you have a strap, then this is really nice, but I think I might be the only one with a strap. It's just me having a party by myself. But get a strap so you can do this. Probably costs £5. And then let's all now relax in this pigeon. So lift the chest and then drop the chest to the floor. You can take hold of your elbows and your hands, bring the head onto the elbows, or bring the head all the way down. Awareness now really in your right hip and your psoas, your glutes. Breathe into that space. then walk the hands back, coming back up. Move the block cushion if you have one, so you can sit now onto the right sit bones and bring the left leg forward. And coming into Shavasana, so the right knee is bent, right foot into the left thigh, and we're going to, it's a gentle twist over that right leg, so the left leg. So just move the torso a little bit forward, reach the arms up and fold forward. So hands can be underneath the left knee, on the floor, the ankle, wherever feels good. Inhale, look up, and exhale, release. I need to turn the other way, but you don't. We're going to step. Oh God, now my brain doesn't work. So before we step the left leg back, yes. So now step the right leg back, yes. And then bring the left shin to the floor, taking a support underneath the hip if you need it. Push into the left calf. And first, let's all start quite forward. So pushing into the hands and then seeing how much you can walk the hands back. Can really help with the back leg if you push the right pinky toe down. And maybe you can lift the arms up, but maybe not if you're not feeling stable. And maybe you can bring the right arm behind you. This is option 1. And taking the foot is option 2. And then play here for a moment. So pushing the foot into the hand and taking the torso back around. Very nice place to work. Another place to work is actually to take the leg with both hands behind you, if that's available to you, so that both the shoulders are working the same, and that means you can kind of come a bit more into the back bend. Otherwise, you can come to mermaid with the foot and the elbow, take hold of the hands, or coming into pigeon. Keep pushing into the left calf, zip up the pelvis. And when you're ready, release. Let's all, I could see some very nice looking back bends there. So now let's drop the chest down. Head resting on the arms or the floor. Inhale, look up. Walk your hands back, remove a block or a cushion if you have it there. Sit on the left sit bone and bring the right leg in front. Preparing for Uttanasana. So turning the torso over the right leg. Reach the arms up and fold forward. If you have that strap lying around, then you can of course use the strap to help you lengthen over the leg. Inhale, look up, exhale, release, extend both legs in front of you, make sure you're on your sit bones, lengthening through the spine, taking a moment in Dandasana, and then walking the hands forward, coming to Paschimottanasana. So either taking the toes, hands on the floor, onto the knees, and if you're feeling it in your lower back, then bend the knees here so that you can keep more of a straight spine as you come down. So we want this last fold of the class to be a very nice, gentle one. I mean, we really always want forward folds to be gentle. That is what they are for. So the counterpose for back bends. You can think about what the heart is doing in a back bend, this big opening and the heart having to work very, very hard in that space. This is now the opposite of that. So the sympathetic nervous system, now the parasympathetic nervous system, letting our body relax. Come back up, reach the arms forward and then start to round the spine as you let yourself come down vertebra by vertebra. Making sure you're on the mat is a good start. Bring your right knee in towards you, hug the knee in towards your chest. And then let the right knee come over to the left side. Extend the right arm out away from you. Trying to keep that shoulder on the floor, but letting it come up if it doesn't quite reach, that's fine. Seeing where you can release, where there's still tension, let that go. Rolling back onto your spine, extend the right leg, bring the left knee in, hug that knee to the chest. And then bring the left knee over to the right side, left arm extends. Releasing here. Coming back to center. Bring your right knee in and hug both knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a big hug. Bring your head to your knees, squeezing everything into your heart. Giving yourself the biggest hug in the universe. And say to yourself, I love you. I promise to look after you. And then exhale, release. Bring your right foot to the right corner of your mat, left foot to the left corner, arms either side of your body, and if there's any residue from the practice around you, meaning any props, move them away so that you can totally be free in this space, letting your body fall into Shavasana. Let go of the breath. Let go of your body. Start to come back to your breath. Start to come back to your body. Starting to lengthen your inhale. And your exhale. Bringing movement back to your toes. fingers and your hands and your feet. Bring the feet together and inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release. Inhale, big, big, big stretch, full of gratitude. Exhale, release. Bend one knee, rolling over onto your other side. And gently push yourself up to seated. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Inhale for arm. Thank you so much. My pleasure to guide you through this practice. Untitled Chapter.